On old YouTube, no one cared if they were mic'd up. But we're not on old YouTube anymore. Hello and welcome back to VEDS, where I make a video every other day in September. Today I'm going to be answering a question that Graham posed in one of his videos this year, where he asked us about our YouTube origin story, or our VEDS origin story / YouTube origin story. They're kind of tied together for me. So the first time I remember YouTube was someone had emailed my parents a video. I don't really remember what it was. It was some meme video. And so they click on the link and it takes them to this website called YouTube. They watch the video and it's funny, and they start clicking around to other videos that are related to it, start digging up some old music videos from this one comedian who, I don't remember who it is, but they liked him and they were like, oh, his videos are on here. And we were still on dial-up internet, so it took what felt like an hour for each video to load, what was realistically probably like 15 minutes. But that's what YouTube was to me at first. It was a place where all these funny videos were stored. The website itself and the people who were uploading these videos, I didn't think that complexly about. And my first YouTube videos were also in line with this. They were dumb videos that I filmed while hanging out with friends that had no like connection or theme or branding or anything like that. It was just a random assortment of videos that we made, and I uploaded them. The first video I uploaded was in April of 2011. Sometime that year, I went over to my friend Joe's house, and he showed me what kind of videos he was making on YouTube. He and his sister were making a series called Zoo Tycoon Gone Wild. And the premise of this series was that they would make a map in Zoo Tycoon, like a zoo in Zoo Tycoon, and then they would delete all of the fences so that the animals got out and started eating the guests of the zoo. And they would commentate over it. And they had like characters and, you know, nothing complex, but there was a little bit more narrative to it than what I was doing with my videos. And so I made an episode with them. I came up with a character, and that got me into making these like narrative skit-based videos. And around this time also is probably when I noticed that a lot of the funny videos that I liked were being made by the same people. Julian Smith, Rhett and Link, these people who were making a lot of skits and music-based based comedy on YouTube, and that's around the same time that I started subscribing to people and started thinking more about YouTube as a place where creators went to show their videos and not just a place where random videos got uploaded. And so time went on. Shortly after that, I discovered a channel called BangGeek8408, where Matt Kion made a series called Books versus Movies, where he compared books to their movie adaptations. And that was my introduction, kind of rabbit hole into the world of VEDS. Because while I don't think Matt had done VEDS yet, through his channel I found Coded Lock Films. And Jesse on Coded Lock Films had done VEDS. In fact, Jesse had done VEDS since the very beginning. So I watched VEDS in 2011. And I started getting into more vlog content in general, Vlogbrothers, Wheezy Waiter, that kind of stuff. Probably a lot of channels I just don't remember. And I started doing vlog content as well. I moved away from the narrative skit stuff and moved into vlogs and eventually reviews. And so I kept kind of evolving the type of video I was making. And then eventually the next year, 2012, I decided I was going to make VEDS videos. I don't remember 2012 VEDS at all. I remember I had moved from filming on my flip camera to my iPad. But other than that, I have no memory of what these videos were. And I remember that I didn't finish it, but I must have enjoyed the process enough, because then I decided in 2013 that I was going to make a video every day in 2013. I did not do that. I did not make it to 365 days. I think I made it 3 or 4 months in before I stopped. That really burnt me out on making videos on that channel. That channel, which is this channel, I should say. I still occasionally would make videos, but before then I'd like been making videos every Sunday. Like I'd been making a vlog every Sunday, and then obviously I went to making a video every day, so I was pretty committed to it. And I never had that kind of consistency afterwards. I did still make a lot of videos. Around this time I was getting into doing videography stuff at church, like camp recap videos, that kind of thing. And I was helping with the broadcasts of the Sunday services. Me and Joe had a video game YouTube channel for a while, which we kept, called 10 Minutes or Less. And eventually started filming on a real camera, started editing using, I believe it was Power Director was my first real editing software. And I just kind of grew an interest in video making, filmmaking as an art form. And I decided I wanted to go to film school. I'm not really sure how conscious I was of this at the time, but looking back, I'm like, well, I knew no one at the school. I hadn't really joined any of the student organizations that I was going to. I wasn't in any production classes yet, and I was only just starting to make friends. So I had a lot of time on my hands. And I think that's probably why in 2015 I started doing VEDS again. I was like, I'm going to give this another shot. And I'll say, VEDS, as opposed to a freshman in high school, a freshman in college was much better. Like, it was much easier to engage with the other VEDSies, and the ability and maturity that I could bring to videos was much better as well. I'm not saying those videos were good per se. I don't know. I haven't gone back and watched them, but it was an experience that was rewarding enough that I kept going back and doing VEDS. And I did, from 2015 onwards, I've done VEDS every year. So 2015 did it, 2016 did it, 2017 I did it, but I guess I was caught up in, school stuff, because I kind of forgot it was happening until I think Jesse uploaded a video a few days before, like talking about their VEDS prep or giving a preview for something. I'm like, oh no, VEDS is happening like tomorrow. I just like quickly slapdash put a video together and was really scrambling and on the back foot for that whole year in VEDS. Probably also because I was getting busier with my actual, academic work too. I got to the end of that year's VEDS and I'm like, okay, if I'm going to keep doing this, I need a plan. And then I came up with, I'm going to do a theme. And I was like, okay, what could my theme be? Well, why not mythology? Mythology was something I was really interested in. It was something I hadn't talked a ton about on the channel yet. And I was a classics major, along with being a film major. So I could pull from kind of my schoolwork and kind of cut in half the workload a little bit. And so that summer, I started reading and compiling materials and writing scripts. And that year, every weekday, I made a video about mythology. And then every weekend, I would make a video that was related to VEDS, answering challenges, responding to people's videos. And that was a really good year. I still think some of those videos are worth watching. Not all of them, but some of them certainly are. And I felt good about VEDS. So anyway, you get to 2019 VEDS. I've graduated college. I've moved back home. I just found a job, I think, that year. And I was about to find my second job. And I was doing freelance video on the side. So I was busy, but also none of those jobs were like career oriented. And so I was still in a place in my like young adult journey, my post schooling journey, where I was figuring stuff out. So 2019 VEDS was actually kind of like a really fun like anchor. It was like normalcy in this point of transition in my life. That was also the first year, and maybe the only year, where I did it. I got 30 videos in 30 days. That is not the point of VEDS. The point of VEDS is not the completion, it's the attempt, or at least that's how I see VEDS. But it is cool to finish it. Like, you do get a sense of accomplishment when you can do it. So 2020, what a normal year that was. So, like, right as the pandemic hits, I move out of my parents' place, move in with my friend Joe, recurring character in this video. When September rolls around, much like 2019, it's kind of a point of stability. Like, I know what VEDS is. It's the normal thing this year amongst all the unnormal things. There's never a normal VEDS, but you get what I mean. 2020, good year for VEDS, I think. Not a good year for the world, good year for VEDS. And I'm still doing themes, by the way. 2019 was creativity, 2020 was nostalgia, which I think is maybe my best theme. It's not the one I stuck to most consistently, that's still mythology, but I think nostalgia had the most interesting videos come out of it. 2021, I didn't do a theme because I couldn't come up with one. 2022, I did one, but I abandoned it pretty quickly, and I kind of discovered that that type of video plan wasn't working for me anymore. I fully acknowledge that this video has turned from what are your origins to VEDS to I'm telling you my whole VEDS history. I do not apologize. 2023, start out the year without much of a plan. I keep trying to come up with one and I can't figure it out. The general idea I have is that I want to move away from like these type of videos where I'm talking to the camera and more to like other type, more montage type videos, more exploratory videos. I do some of those. I film some of those that don't, pan out. All this time I also am not in the best mental state. And so it's kind of up and down until about halfway through the month, and then I really click in. And the month turns around. I make what I think is my best video I've ever made with a video called Do. From that point on, like I said, locked into making the videos, and I think I make some pretty good ones. But you look back at the entire month and you're like, this was kind of a messy month for me in general, and I don't think that I did the VEDS life balance very well. So much like how in 2017 I was like, I need a plan. In 2022 or 2023, I was like, I need a plan. And that plan is what you are watching now, 2024 VEDS. I won't go into much of the details about how successful I think this month was, because that's not what this video is. That's what tomorrow's video is going to be about. However, I do want to kind of find the narrative thread, and it is VEDS changes. VEDS has always changed because people hop on and they hop off. You get new people, you get old people, you get people leaving, you get people coming. But also, each of us change our approach to VEDS. None of us are making the exact same videos we made when we started. There's always been a change, whether that is in your presentation, your editing, the topics you cover. And that's kind of the whole arc of YouTube, right? Like, it changed. When I started watching YouTube, it was random skits and parody songs and Ray William Johnson. And then it became vlogs, and then it became gaming, then it became video essays. It's constantly changing, and there's never really one thing that YouTube is. So let's celebrate. Let's take some time to celebrate the changes that VEDS has gone through and the changes that it will continue to go through. All right, elephant in the room. It's October. I usually just stop in September. It's like, well, whatever's the last video I can make, I'm going to do it. I usually don't do much spillover, unless it's just a couple videos and you've got an idea for it. And I really wanted to make this video as self-indulgent as it may have been. And of course, I want to make a proper wrap-up video, which will be the next video, the final video of VEDS 2024. So, friends of fellow VEDSies, I will see you then.